Now, everybody, we want to welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, the incredibly talented actress, model, music producer, scream queen. I don't know. She does everything, basically like everything. She's super talented. She's super gorgeous. She's Max Wasa. Hello and welcome to the show.
Hi, you guys. Thanks so much.
Let me introduce you to everybody, starting off with my cool, outrageous man about town co-host, Mr. Ron Russell.
Hello, Miss Diane Lane. Everyone has got
Hello, Mr. Richard Gere.
Oh, that's a better one. Oh, I love that. Now, you're in, kiddo. I'm going to be so nice to you today. Woo, Richard Gere. That one I've never heard. I've gotten Tony Curtis all the time and once or twice Cary Grant, and I fainted from Cary Grant. But Richard Gere, whoa.
Yeah, I like that one. That's a good
I
one.
like that too. Anyway, you got some head of hair, number one, gorgeous. And number two, was your name Wasserman?
No, just Wasa.
Just Wasa is water in German.
Yes, it is. It's originally Vasa from Sweden.
Right.
My family hails from.
Oh, that's cool. Hold on, we've got.
I tell you, these Swedish broads are beautiful.
I know.
No shit. No, I'm not kidding you. The people, Anita Ekberg was Swedish. Who was more gorgeous than Anita Ekberg? Nobody in the world. I mean, she had a pair of bazooms and they were real. I mean, Anita Ekberg was the symbol. I loved her. In La Dolce Vita and in Boccaccio 70. Oh, my God. Anyway, you Swedish broads are beautiful. You're a beautiful girl. And I'm gay. I'm not hitting on you, so that's a compliment.
So let me introduce you to the man behind the boards, Chad Murphy.
I agree with Ron. She is beautiful. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Chad.
Got a good one today.
And then we have a chat room full of people, so say hi to everybody in the chat room.
Hi, chat room.
And give a special shout out to Dave Hughes. He's in England, so just say hi, Dave.
Hi, Dave.
He has this thing about like all the beautiful women that we have. He really only he only listens to the show when we have beautiful women, and he's got this thing for Sadie.
Smart
and
man.
so he just said, "Oh my God, you got another one now."
Who hasn't got a thing for Sadie?
Sadie Katz, everybody.
Right.
We're talking
Sadie
about
Katz
Sadie.
is gorgeous.
Guys, she's got a body on her. Jimmy had a clothing line years ago, and he's got a lot of beautiful gowns and stuff in storage. And Katie did a show for us. Sadie, I'm sorry. Sadie did a show for us. She's like a size 0.
Oh, wait. Max, you saw the dress. One of the dresses, because at Dark Delicacies, when all you guys were signing autographs, she wore this cool, weird red dress with the wings. That's mine. I made it.
I love that. That's a great dress.
That was my dress that I made. Yes. So there you go.
Everything.
I'm super jealous.
Everything, Jim. Well, no, when you come to visit us, he'll give you something, too. Everything that Sadie put on of Jimmy's fit her like it was custom made. She's got quite a figure.
So everybody, first of all, this is Max Wasa. So you can number one, you can follow her on on Twitter. She's at Wasamatter, WASAMATTER, and we want to put out that her website is maxwasaofficial.com, which she also has a Facebook page, a Max Wasa official Facebook page. And I don't know who are you on Instagram? It's something else.
Onion peeler.
Why are we onion peeler?
Because I peel back the layers to get to the core.
So do I. That's what I do on this show. I peel back the layer. Tell me now, why are you a scream queen?
I don't know.
I mean, are you in Scream movies?
Yes, I am. I've been doing horror films since I'm 7 years old.
Wow.
She's been in all kinds of cool Scream Queens with all the people that have been on the show. It's kind of like 6 degrees of separation because we've known about each other for 15 years, but we've never met.
I want to work with you. I'm in Sadie's film. We're shooting in October. I play it. Are you in that film?
I don't know which one it is, but I'd love to be in it.
I play a cross-dressing, wacky clown, scary, nutty clown. It's be quite a character. But anyway, I'd love to work with you. It would be fun.
So first of all,
I could play your father or your mother in drag. It's either way.
Or my Richard Gere lover.
Oh, well, that's nice. You're so sweet. I like you. Oh, she's staying on the show forever.
She's got all kinds of great. You guys.
And those teeth, are those all yours?
They are all mine.
You didn't have them capped or anything?
No, I never even had braces.
Oh
my God,
gorgeous.
that's so
I'm
fabulous.
telling you Swedish broads are made well. There's like cars.
I think that's the Egyptian side.
Oh, you're Egyptian too? So am I.
Are you?
Well, not really, but I feel Egyptian.
He wants to be. He's
not. You know what it is? On my father's side, they came from off of Israel, the island of Caesarea, or whatever the hell it's called. It's not far from Haifa. Now, originally, we were Egyptians that went to this island and then to Italy. So I have such a strong feeling for Egypt. Jimmy promised me for my 80th birthday, which is in 2 years, that we're going to go to Egypt. He's giving that to me as a gift. I must see the ruins. Well, I must have walked around those ruins in the past life because I feel Egyptian. Right, Jim?
Yes, absolutely. He loves all that stuff.
Oh, I love Egyptian. I love the
Well, I
art.
want to go with you guys.
Absolutely.
Well, come. I love the colors. I love the paintings. I love the whole Egyptian gold and red and orange and I would like to do my house all Egyptian. Jimmy won't.
Yes, it's gorgeous.
I would like to do my house in horror memorabilia.
Oh,
I have an office filled with horror and superhero memorabilia.
All right, we're talking too much. I want to hear from her.
Got
Got a boyfriend?
Well, my personalness. I try to not talk about too much.
Okay. But
maybe I do.
Can I make a point?
Maybe I do.
Today, people don't care about your music. They don't care about your career. They're not interested. What they're interested in knowing is who you are inside. I'm peeling away the layers with you. So this is a talk show. It's not an interview show. It's a friends talking. Maybe we were in my kitchen having coffee and Benjamin's crumb cake. So I would ask you these questions in person. You have a boyfriend? Sure. If not, maybe I have somebody for you, that kind of thing. So let's talk about you, the person, the human being, not just the celebrity. Because you're interesting. The celebrity, everybody has. Everybody's a celebrity. But what makes you interesting? Now, I know you're Egyptian and you're beautifully Swedish. Those are two good points. Now, let's hear who you are.
I like the fact that you are not just an actress and a beauty and that you do so many other things. First of all, too, we should tell everybody, and I don't know when you were in Playboy, but I read it online that you were, like, in Playboy. So she's super gorgeous, you guys, because you know they don't ever put anybody who's, like got even an ounce of fat in Playboy. So she's just smoking gorgeous.
She gets around.
So she's been in Playboy, and she's an award-winning music producer, you guys. And to me, that's, like, a really big deal because I work in the music industry and in the film industry just like she does. And we never get anybody who does that, who does both of those two categories. So how did you get interested in doing the whole music producer thing in the first place?
Well, I grew up doing music. I play 5 instruments, classically trained, and my entire family is in the music business. So when, later on in your career, you kind of turn from being the front of the stage to kind of working behind the scenes, and I had always studied audio production, so went into that a bit, kind of fell into my lap, and 20 some odd years later, I won for a Lifetime Achievement Award for producing, the first woman in history.
Yay!
Hallelujah!
And what are the 5 instruments?
I play French horn, flute, piano, guitar, and trumpet.
Oh my God, I love it. And who was okay, so who were your popular musical influences? Because I'm sure you work with a lot of people, and I might not know who they are, but growing up, who are some of your popular musical influences that you were like, oh my God, I love these people?
There's your standards that I'm pretty sure everybody had, like Queen and Rush and, those kinds of bands. And then I had Thelonious Monk and Al Jarreau. I love jazz. I love Latin. I love hardcore. And so I have a huge range of music that I'm influenced by. So I take a little piece of this and a little piece of that.
Born here, born in Sweden, born in Egypt. Where were you born?
I was born in Philly.
Philadelphia.
That's funny. We just moved from
Doylestown.
Doylestown to here. We're in Palm Springs.
Where were you in Philly?
South Side.
Okay. Philly, good old Philly. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
South
Avenue,
is where
Princeton Avenue.
Yeah. No, we had a lot of fun. We were there for 5 years because we had to for business. But the only thing I didn't like about Philadelphia was they were anti-gay. Not the city, not Center City, but Doylestown. They didn't care for gay people much, and everybody was and everybody was a Trump Republican. They all loved Trump, so you couldn't voice your opinion by being free thinking. They would like immediately say, you're not American.
Literally, like we lived in a place and like the neighbors would come in front of our window and start like dancing and going like "fuck you fags" and stuff like that, like in front of our house. It was terrible. It was unbelievable.
Well, I will never go there again.
Yeah, it was terrible.
No,
Philly though was great. We had a blast in Philly.
Center City is so gay and fabulous, and I love the hospitals, the doctors, the town, the city. Everything is fabulous. Philadelphia is a wonderful city, and if you can't live in New York and you want to be on the East Coast, move to Philadelphia. Center City. God, is it great? Now, what's with the diamond in your head?
Well, that's to kind of protect my third eye. So whenever I'm out in public, in order to kind of reserve my soul, basically, because that's another part of what I do. Beautiful.
That's to protect the evil from me getting the evil.
The Italian horn.
I wear
right?
my Italian horn. Anybody wishes me evil, it goes right back.
Right? Yeah,
I love you. I think you're the sweetest thing. She's so sweet. So now tell me, you have a boyfriend? He's got to have a boyfriend.
She's not going to tell
Maybe
you.
a girlfriend.
I know, but she doesn't want to tell you that. So
all she has to say is yes. I don't want to know the size of his dick. I just want to know if she has a boyfriend. I may ask that question later on.
Well, maybe.
She's saying maybe. Maybe she got lots of them, because if you follow her on Instagram, you guys, you get to see all the cool stuff she does. She's always going to cool events and cool things like we do, and she's always with all the most beautiful women ever. Like, I don't know what it is, like beautiful women always hang out with beautiful women.
Because the ugly ones hate them and don't want them around.
No, that is not true. And it's all women. All women are beautiful. No matter what their outside is, they are beautiful.
That's a good philosophy, though. I like that.
Well, not all women. I was married once. My wife wasn't all the women that are beautiful. I mean, she was beautiful looking. She looked like Verna Lisi, the Italian actress. She was a model, Hendrika. But she abandoned us for 35 years. She never saw her children. And then she passed away, never seeing her children. So she wasn't a good mother, a good-hearted woman. She was a very selfish. Well, they say the Dutch people, that's it. That's nothing. Dutch people abandon their children, I heard. It's part of their culture. They're very tough with their children. They can say goodbye and never see them again. Whereas the Italians, we drive cars through windows to see our kids. We get hysterical. We slit wrists. We do everything. Yeah. As with your culture, I mean, the Egyptian people, my God, with their kids and food.
Have you been to Egypt ever?
I haven't. I was supposed to do a film there 2 years ago, and they couldn't ensure my safety, so they wouldn't allow me to go.
Oh, well, that's good. I mean, because
that's a bummer, because you look Egyptian. You have that exotic look. I mean, I could see you as a belly dancer in a wonderful film, a spy. You're a spy pretending to be a belly dancer in sort of a James Bond film. Wouldn't that be exciting?
Actually,
that would be fantastic. Let's write it.
That's right. Let's write it.
And you keep all the microfilm in your navel, in the diamond in your navel.
Ooh.
Ooh. And James Bond makes love to you, and he pops the navel.
Wait a second. Okay, let's ask though. Like, so if you were going to be in a movie with somebody, if you were going to be in a movie and you could have any male as your co-star, who is somebody that would be like on your bucket list? Like, oh my God, I would love to be in a movie co-starring with blank, and you can't say Ron.
I can't. Oh.
So you have to give me your second pick.
It depends on the genre of film.
Okay, let's do a horror and let's do a love story.
Well, horror. The great Tony Todd is a favorite of mine.
We love him.
He's
been on
Tony,
the show.
And we know him. Tony. We love Tony. He's a great guy.
Yeah. Daniel Craig, Matthew McConaughey, Billy
I like Daniel Craig. Yeah, she's got good ones.
No, I don't like Matthew. He doesn't do it for me.
Really?
And
How
Craig
come?
Because there's something about him I find not sincere. Oh, by the way, we saw The Wife last night. Go see it. Glenn Close gives an Academy Award performance, and you must look at her eyes throughout the film. She has learned to use her eyes to tell you the story. She was breathtaking. From the moment the film started to the end, I was totally engrossed with her. She is quite an actress.
Yeah,
the story is good. And everyone out there listening, 4.5 million people, go see it. This way they'll make more films like this, a beginning, a middle, and an end. Decently, wonderfully written, not like some of the blow-up garbage of today. What do you think about the blow-up garbage of today?
She stars in a lot of them.
No, wait a minute. No, wait a
This
minute.
is so true.
No, wait, hang on
You
a
know,
second.
some of my own films, I'm like, oh,
Well, wait a minute. Wouldn't you like, seriously, and I know as an actor what you would like, wouldn't you seriously like a dramatic part that is so intense and so meaty that you could truly show the world what you've got inside of you?
yes, amen to that.
Me too.
You know, it drives me crazy sometimes. I get probably a script a week, and 80% of them have a shower scene, and out of nowhere, so it just infuriates me. I understand that they're like, well, it's a good selling point, blah, blah, blah.
No,
but,
no.
I'm a martial artist. I'm trained. I do stunts. I want to kill people. I want to do action, and I want to do a meaty story with, a dramatic edge and, show what I can do. I've been doing this since I'm a child.
Right.
So,
trained.
come on.
I love that though, and like I hate that. I mean, I get I'm gay or whatever, but like that doesn't have anything to do with it. When we see all these like movies, and all of a sudden they throw that shower scene. I mean, not that I'm not really interested
Not
anyway,
only the shower
but I don't
scene,
like
but-
it. Just I think it never fits, and I'm always like, why do they have to put this in here?
But
Like,
what I just like, and
wrecks
I
it.
fight all the time, and I'm sure you're going to join me on my feelings. Women, you see the pubic hair, the crack, the ass, the boobs, the nipples. The guys laying there naked, you don't see anything.
Right.
Not that I want to see his dick. That's good too. But why do we do that? We exploit the woman, but we don't exploit the man. And I think that's totally wrong. If you're going to do a nude scene and show the woman naked, you must show the man naked for equality.
I agree completely.
But they only want to
I
get
really
you
wanna
naked.
see all of the details, because I don't think it's necessary really for a plot to see every little piece of a person. But, whatever you show on a woman, you should show equally on a man.
Oh, thank you so much. I agree with that 100%. Because it's kind of not fair. Now, like this Chris Pine. Chris Pine is supposed to have the biggest penis in the world. So now everybody's...
Really?
Oh, yeah. He supposedly duct tapes it to his leg when he films. I mean, it's maybe all bullshit publicity. But everybody's going to...
he does full frontal, and his movie premiered at the Toronto Film Festival like a week and a half or 2 weeks ago.
And the lines were around the world.
And like, and ever since then, they're all talking about it. When you,
So now-
if you Google it. They
Yeah.
don't show it, just Google it though, and
So
you hear
now
it.
all the actors who are well endowed, they all want to do frontals. I'm glad. No, I'm glad because again, don't make the woman look less because she's naked and the man look more because he's hidden. That makes the man that has, in other words, it makes the woman like cheap. She's a piece of crap. Show her boobs in her box. What difference? But the guy, he's the man. You don't show anything. I think that's hideous.
I get a lot of flack because of Playboy. So people naturally assume that I'm going to be naked in a film. I've never done full frontal anything. Even in Playboy, I'm not completely nude. So it kind of drives me crazy when people say, oh, you're going to do this film or that film and be completely naked in it. No, I'm probably not going.
I'm sure if I saw the Playboy layout, it's artful. It's not pornographic. And you have to tell people, I'm not a porno star. I'm a movie star. I'm a movie star, not a porno star.
For Playboy, I signed a celebrity contract and not your typical Playmate contract. So, I had different rules about how I was going to be seen.
Which is terrific.
Which is an art form, not sleazy.
Right.
And I don't think that like being naked in a film. I mean, I think being naked in a cheesy horror film, because even though it doesn't match, but I think if you're like in the movie that we saw, The Wife, You know, like they had a sex scene, but they were all clothed, so you couldn't see anything. But I mean, if you saw a little bit of flesh in that in a really dramatic, great movie, and it's part of it actually belongs in the script. To me, I think that's way different than just like all of a sudden you got a shower scene.
I had an issue with that because my cause in life is fighting ageism. I have been fighting with Hollywood through Facebook, through writings, through Stan Zimmerman, through everybody in the world, that because I'm 78 years old and I just did a cheesecake shot in a robe with a leg hanging out and it open. That's on Facebook, and everybody loved it. And I said, even at 78, you can be sexy. So the scene where Glenn Close and her, I forgot his name, are in bed together, they could have shown a little something because at 78 years old, we do have sex. And we do get naked. And we don't have blankets over our necks. So I found that to be a little ridiculous. And he rolls on top of her, and he pulls the blanket up to the back of his hair. Now, they're both, you can't even see her. She's covered by a blanket. I mean, I just thought that was so, like...
Too much.
It was just stupid. You know, why? They were afraid that people were going to go, ooh, old people having sex. Oh!
It was fantastic. It was such a great movie.
Until they get old. Then when they get old, it's okay.
People like you and Max are never going to get old because you're always going to look good.
Well, because we have good genes.
And you take care of yourselves.
Yes.
Yeah, that's part of it, you know.
And we're in a business where you have to look good.
She has a movie called Astro. I just want to plug this movie because we actually had right before we moved here when we were still in Pennsylvania, we had Marshall Hilton on the show, and he's in this movie. And I also bring it up because I think he will like it because it's a space movie, right? A sci-fi movie.
I love him.
It is a sci-fi movie, and it's a fun kind of campy, interesting action sci-fi.
I love it. So that's something, and I think it's on Amazon Prime now, so we can watch it. And then you did another movie.
Yeah, I'd like to see your work. I don't think, have I ever seen her work?
I don't know if you have or not.
Well, you probably have, and you just don't know it.
No, but because there's so many movies you've made, I'm sure I've seen your work. And I'm sure
I also am bringing up Death House, and the only reason I'm bringing up Death House is because literally we've had half the cast of that on the show. So she did a movie, you guys, like 2 years ago, I think, called Death House. Had Debbie Rochon's been on the show. Bill Oberst Jr., Sarah French, we just did Around the Table with recently.
Oh, I love her.
Felissa Rose, we just had. Lloyd Kaufman, Kane Hodder, Vernon Wells, Barbara Crampton, Michael Berryman, Dee Wallace Stone, Adrienne Barbeau, and Tony Todd, and we know all of them. And so I was like, oh, my God, this movie has everybody in it.
I was at a pool party with Adrienne Barbeau about 12, 15 years ago with Jane Russell and Julie Newmar. And Adrienne walks by, and I said, hey, Adrienne, how are you? My name is Ron Russell, blah, 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 and I'd like you to come on my TV show, Set the Record Straight. And she just looked at me like I was crazy. And I said, we had a nickname for you when we were kids. I mean, that she didn't like. And she said, oh, I'm sure you do. I said, yeah, we called you Adrienne Barboobs. And she just gave me a dirty look and walked away.
When I was younger, I have naturally curly hair. And everybody used to say that I was Adrienne's twin. And that used to drive me a little batty.
No, you're prettier than she is. By far.
Thank you much. I much prefer the Diane Lane reference.
Absolutely. You know what's so beautiful?
And that's one of his favorite actresses.
I love her. You know what's good about your face is I paint. I'm an artist as well. Your corners of your mouth are in the centers of your eye, and your nose is perfectly where it should be. So symmetrically, your face is absolutely perfect, which means it will photograph well and paint well. So if anybody had to paint your portrait, they could really get you to look like you. You have a very beautifully positioned face. Now, Sophia Loren, I met her in 1959. I was in a movie of hers called That Kind of Woman. And when I saw her getting out of the Cadillac in the morning before makeup, I thought she was the ugliest thing I ever saw in my life.
Really?
Oh, really?
Oh, you're kidding.
No, I'm not. She came out of makeup 2-3 hours later, and I couldn't believe what she was because they rearranged her face with makeup. They brought the eyes out more. They made the lips fuller, not so wide, but so anyway, makeup can change the face. She has probably the most irregular features of anyone. Nothing is right. The hook nose, the liver lips, the squinty eyes. Nothing on her really should have made her the most gorgeous woman in the world.
She said to me one time, She said, and I'll never forget, she said, Max, just in that voice, Max.
Max, yeah. Well,
you must always and never forget to wear mascara. Always, 100% of the time. And
oh my God, how cool.
Yes, ma'am.
I was not allowed. I was an extra, and Tab Hunter was in the film, and he became my lifelong friend from that film. We just lost him a couple of months ago. You know who Tab Hunter is?
Yes.
Yeah, anyway. So Sophia's English was very poor. I speak fluent Italian. So I snuck from where we were roped off. We were not allowed to speak to the stars. That in those days, they didn't do that. And I went.
You don't do it now either.
Well, fuck them. Ooh, made me curse. I didn't want to do that on this show.
Well, anyway, you are a star, so.
No, wait a minute. So I ran and I sat in Barbara Nichols' chair, you know, the stage chairs. And Sophia was next to me, and I told her in Italian, excuse me for intruding. I said, but I think you're wonderful and beautiful, and welcome to America. And I'm going on and on and on in Italian. And she said, oh, thank God you speak Italian. Her English was very poor. And she said, I mean, even though I have an interpreter here, she said, it makes me crazy. She said, oh, I'm so happy. Where are you from? And I told her Brooklyn. Oh, Brooklyn. You know, she was very impressed. And we became somewhat little bit of friends throughout the 3 days of shooting. And she's quite delightful and very lovely and very sweet. And she kissed me on my cheek.
Then he didn't want to wash it, and he didn't want to wash his cheek.
And when I went home, I told my mother, never washing my cheek, Mama. Look, Sophia Loren Cook kissed me right here.
So hold on, because I want to go over another thing real quick. I want to bring up, because we don't have a whole lot of time. And so
wait, before we go anywhere, you're listening? Get this right now. I'm like your father, and it'll be tough. When you come to Palm Springs, if you don't call us and come over for dinner, I will ruin you in this business. I'll tell everybody that you're a man dressed as a woman.
We had Sadie over the other 2 weeks ago. We had such a blast.
We have the best time. We always have celebrity people in the house, you know, fun people in the biz. Let's put it that way. Always we have dinner parties with business people, and you'll enjoy yourself. It's not a boring.
Well, I will come and I will stay for the weekend.
Absolutely.
No, we can't have you for the weekend in our house. We have a 130-pound dog that hates people. I'm serious. It wants to eat everybody up.
You can come for the weekend. You can't stay at our house, but you can come for the weekend.
Unless we put you
yes, of course.
We could put you up in the studio and make sure Shazam doesn't attack. But everybody's terrified of him.
But anyway, you guys hang on. So Max, she has another company called Liquid Music Group. She does music artist representation. She's a music producer. She works with a lot of great bands. I don't know what the website is. What's the website?
You can find it on liquidmusicgroup.com, I believe. There's Dark Star Records is the label that I work through. So you can go there, darkstarrecords.com.
And you have a gay punk band. Tell us real quick about the gay punk band.
I do. They're called the Cocks. And yes, you are going to absolutely love them. They're in the studio right now doing their record, and a new signing to Dark Star and Sony Records, and they're going to be out and just killing it soon.
I can't wait.
Are they men?
Their live show because it's so much fun.
Are they men or women?
They are all men.
They have to be men. The Cocks. You're not going to have a woman in a band called the Cocks.
I have a lesbian friend, and she has a
They
big
have
cock.
songs like Cheeseburger and Dick, and you know.
I love
it.
Really,
really fun. You're gonna adore them.
And when they come out, we're gonna bring them on the show because I love
that. We have to have them on the show. Wouldn't that be fun?
Because that'll be fun.
With you too.
Yeah, you'll come on with
them. Now listen, no baloney. I like you. I want to be your friend. Want to be my friend?
Yes. I want to be
I'm serious. I'm
really
serious. I've taken to you. You're just the sweetest thing in the world, and what a pleasure to look at. Now I want to see you in your next film. What is it and when is it?
Dead Slate. That's a Carrie Fleming film. I'm super excited to do that. Stacey Lane Wilson directing, I believe. I'm not sure if they announced that yet or not, but that's what's going to be happening.
And so if they didn't announce it, you heard it here first.
Yeah, and who's your character? What's your character?
I actually am the lead of this film, and I play a woman named Sammy, who's a director, and it's a action horror film, and lots of fun.
Yay!
So when are you shooting?
We are shooting very soon. We're in the pre-production stage. You can go on IMDb and see all of the other actors involved in that.
So we're talking next year.
Absolutely.
We're talking next year, everybody, before you can see this film.
That's okay.
But we're going to have you back before
We're going to have
then.
Max back anyway because we love her. And
no, we're going to have you back to push this film when you release it.
And we're going to have you back for the Cox because I think that sounds hilarious.
And I'm serious.
Yes, you're going to
I'm serious about the invitation to our home for dinner. Let us know when. We'll have some friends come over and you'll enjoy yourself. And I cook Italian food, so if you like Italian food, you're in. But I'm serious about this. I'm not just saying it.
So everybody,
I've invited so many people, like Linda Cherney. She came on our show. I fell in love with her. Now we're best friends. Also, Sherry Belafonte. Now she's my dearest friend. So everybody.
Oh yeah, we do. We took us 3 years to get here to Palm Springs, but now that we're here, like all the people who've been on the show, like
not all. No,
all the people that we really liked a lot who came on the show, we haven't been here that long, but since we've been here, we've had about 15 of them to the house so far.
If I don't click, I don't ask. It's nice. It's polite. I see them. Hello.
We'll have you come, and we'll have like Churchill and Sadie and people that you know
definitely.
come. So
yes.
We'll have do you know Caroline?
Yes,
Caroline
of course.
Williams,
I love
yes.
Caroline.
I love her more. So we'll have Sadie, Caroline, Churchill, the whole crew, plus our friends
from here.
And we'll have a ball. It'll be a great day into evening.
And you got to love it. So everybody, this is Max Wasa. Follow her in social media. She's at Onion Peeler on Instagram, at Wasa Matter on Twitter. She's got a Facebook page. It's official Max Wasa, Max Wasa Official, and her website's maxwasaofficial.com. Go out and check out Astro or Death House or House of Manson or any of the other great movies she's been in, and check out her music. Go to liquidmusicgroup.com and see all the cool things she's done. And we want to thank you for coming on the show. It was a pleasure, and you're gorgeous. We love you.
You are delicious. You are beautiful, enchanting, interesting, lovely. What more can I say? But you made my morning because we have a very rough day. From here we run to a red carpet and opening at the Grauman Theater. So we've been going since 7 o'clock this morning, and I didn't think I'd have the energy now, but you brought me my energy, my sweet beauty.
Oh,
and all things wonderful to you for the rest of your life, I wish.
Thank you so much, and to you as well.
Thank you, my
Bye,
dear.
Max. See ya.
See you in Palm Springs.
Bye.